Walk him over there. Correct him. Tell him sit. Down. No, push him back. Your dog barking and lunging at people due to protection and resource guarding can mainly be fixed one way, and that is separation from the owner for a period of time after the reaction. That is the single best way to do it. Think about the motivation of the dog. The motivation of the dog is to get the person away and to stay by their owner. What is the single most punishing thing you can do at that moment that is the opposite of that? It is separation from the owner and then accepting that person into your life, touching that person, shake with that person, hugging that person while the dog is on the outside looking in. That is about the only thing that makes an impression on protection and resource guarding. The other ways do not work the same. They do not work in the dog's brain the same. Pain does not. That's what we're doing right now. I had my whole staff come up, shake her hand. Pain will not work in the same way. E-collars, prong collars. If the dog stays by the owner, they don't care about the pain. Treats from the owner doesn't make any sense. Love from the owner doesn't make any sense. It is what I call the out of the circle of the trust method. If you want to learn about this method more in depth and all my methods and learn about a helper dog and learn about running a business, learn about having a facility and becoming a professional dog trainer that makes a difference in the world, sign up for the Beckman Coaching Program. I'll put the email on the screen right now, beckmanventures@gmail.com. Tell us why you want to be part of the program. Now back to the video. Nothing works quite like the out of the circle of trust method does. But I am a big fan of the owner, of you, letting the person know that you have accepted them into their life so that you're telling the dog by the handshake or by the hug, you're telling the dog, I like this person. Okay, sometimes you have to proactively tell your dog, go away, walk into him. If it's your house, you walk into him, you tell him, get out of here. Then you shake the person's hand. They come in, you say, get out of here. No nonsense. You're going to see me do that with this client. I'm actually showing you what I do right now, what she's supposed to do, and she does it. As I'm explaining it, she does it. She brings him back. Then she comes back. I say, come back and talk to me. She's talking to me. He's hanging back there. Great. He can hang back there all he wants. And then I'm going to keep showing her exactly what I'm going to do. So, removal from the owner, separation from the owner as the consequence. You give a little correction. You're no nonsense. You're going to hear me talk about that in this session with her. You have to let the dog know, for lack of a better term, that they're a dog and that you're the owner. And you can do that. You're strong, you're capable, you're fast, you're all these things. But you have this is not for creepy homeless guy walking down the street. This is not for creepy guy walking down the street. Your dog can do exactly what this dog did in this, because it really wasn't that bad. He's now beating Prince. He's going to do really good with Prince, which tells us a little bit about his personality. He can do that stuff to creepy people. He cannot do that stuff to nice people who you have accepted into your life. So you have to accept the people. Then, so I'm just going through scenarios, okay? Trying to get a reaction out of him. He's on a muzzle, so he's not going to hurt anybody. And understand, reinforcement from her is not that important. Okay, if he does good for the handshake, we do not need to be, and she was really good. This lady was a really good trainer. She'd been to a lot of trainers. Her trainer actually recommended she come to me, and that trainer had done really well with this dog. He's fine. He's perfect. He's not hard staring. I'm trying to make it difficult because it was kind of hard to get a reaction out of him. But she has accepted me into her life. She came to my property, okay? Even if I had come to her house and she were to have a smile on her face, meet me at the door and say, hi, come on in. Dogs know. Dogs get it, okay? Or if they don't, you got to teach them what that means. So you're going to say, oh, treats from the scary stimulus. That's my other kind of method, okay? I didn't go down this road a lot with this dog, but hey, chicken guy. Okay. Nice people give me chicken. People that mom has accepted into her life give me chicken. It's just a bonus. Sometimes that's big with dogs. With this dog, she had done it a lot, and the dog was still biting her boyfriend a little bit, people at the house, things like that. But I still like to do the treats from the scary stimulus method a little bit, but it was not the main thing. Separation from her as the consequence. You have to wrap your head around this concept. Now meeting Bosco for the first time, or Prince for the first time. So, and they're good together. So, if it's in your house, you're going to sit there. Dog's going to freak out. You're going to give a correction. You're going to walk into the dog. You're going to displace the dog. You're going to put the dog 5, 10 feet away, make it sit, and it might be looking past your legs going, yeah, but that person, don't worry about that person. You being the owner, you're like, I'm the person you should be worrying about. I'm the strong one. I'm the capable one. I've got everything under control. I opened this door for this person. This is a nice person. Okay, you want your dog to be protective when they need to be protective. You don't want them to be protective at Starbucks. Okay, and maybe if it's creepy person walking up to you, you allow the growl, you allow the little lunge. That's fine, but don't allow it when you've accepted the person into your life. When it's somebody you care about, when it's your dad, when it's your sister, when it's your friend, you're not going to allow it. And you can train them to understand when you have accepted somebody and when you have not accepted somebody. So, if you're out at Starbucks, dog barks, they cannot stay at your feet. They shouldn't even be on your feet. And they lie right at your feet. They lean on you. They eyeball, mean mug everybody coming by. You got to get them away from you a little bit so they're not touching you. What does that do? When they're not touching your feet, when they're touching your feet or the leash is tight, they can feel where you are. They can feel your anxiety. Okay, if you are anxious, you got to be chill. Okay, but they can feel you. Why would they check in with you if they're laying on your feet and they know exactly where you are? When you put them on an island, off to the side a little bit, guess what they're doing? They're watching somebody come by, then they look at you. Watch somebody come by, then they look at you. Well, what's the opposite of a hard stare at a person walking by? The opposite of that is looking at the person, then looking at mom, because we're not sure where mom is, where dad is. Laying on your feet, they're like, I know exactly where you are. I don't need to look at you because I am touching you. Tight leashes. They can feel your energy through tight leashes. They can feel every little movement you do. Okay? And it causes stress. Loose leash away from you. Great. Go to Starbucks. Loose leash away from you. Dog gets up, lays on your feet. No, get out of here. Okay, dog's gonna. I did a little correction on the hard stare, and then I think he's gonna freak out at me here in a minute. And I'm gonna tell her to back it up, put the dog in a downstay. Now I want you to watch something. Not even a downstay. A downstay is operant. I don't care about operant. I don't care about operant stuff. This is bigger than that. Now hear my original audio. You can take it farther until it's not a big game. Okay. Like you can. Yeah. Like you can physically grab him. And I would back him up. And if he thinks, get ready.
Yes, good.
That was perfect. Down. Yeah. No, okay. So move him back. Take your 2 hands and move him 6 inches back. And stop. This is actually important. She asked the down right there by the wall. He moves up about a full foot and says, yeah, I'll lie down, but I'll lay down closer to Joel, closer to you, closer to the middle of the room, whatever. And I'm like, no, you can make an impression on their brain. Okay, this is not a quote unquote punishment. This does not hurt him in any way, but pushing him back where you asked the down from will make a weird impression on their brain. And then even right now, he's farther back. The consequence of being out of the circle of trust, away from mommy, it has an impression on their brain. She did not ask him to lie down a foot in front of where he lied down. She asked it where she asked it. And she meant it where she meant it. That matters. Dogs respect that. Dogs understand that. This person follows up. She said down right there. I ended up weirdly back where she asked me to lie down. So that's the method on protection. Now it's story time with Joel. I'll tell you a story. Bosco, my first Doberman, was young, but me and my wife, that deck right there, we were like dancing, like for the first time. And he bit Liz in the butt, like kind of hard. So it happens. They get weirded out,